What's up, you guys? My name is Preston James, and you're listening to The Reflection, where we do just that for ourselves and our community so that we may lead a healthier, more positive, and productive lifestyle. Today's the very first episode, so it's kind of special to me. I've always wanted to do something like this, and I'm glad that I'm taking the action, taking that step forward and pursuing my goals and my dreams. And I want to tell you a little bit about this podcast. I mean, I'm sure you're wondering why, right? You tuned in, so I'm sure you're wondering why. Well, my hope is, and my goal, and my dream is to build a community. I want to build a community around the idea of growing positivity. I want to instill positivity and productivity with a growth mindset. A professor out of Stanford named Carol Dweck came up with this idea and philosophy of a growth mindset, and I truly believe in it. There's another book I'm reading called Grit right now, where she references or refers to Carol Dweck's philosophy numerous times. And it's just a key ingredient in being an ingredient or a thing that we use to really pursue and accomplish our goals, hopes, and dreams. I want to have these goals with you guys, with the community. I want to have a weekly goal, a monthly goal, and a yearly goal. Converse with you guys, have dialogue about it, about my goals, about your goals. I want you guys to hit me up in the comments, to reach out in the comments, to send me emails, to build this productivity, positivity, growth mindset together and let it flourish. I want to have SMART goals and dreams, which is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, irrelevant, and time-bound goals. SMART. And it doesn't matter if they're long-term or they're short-term or how small they are or how big they are, right? It doesn't matter. A goal is a goal. And we are in pursuit of becoming a better person. You are becoming a better you. That is like my underlying tag / motto is The Reflection, become a better you. So that's what I want to do. I just rhymed with a few words. Now, okay, I'm done. No, but seriously, that's what I want to do. I want to build this community, set goals, move forward in a positive nature and send that positivity around the world, right? Think big. I want to send it around the world and affect as many people as I possibly can. I want to allow ourselves to inspire others and to help them achieve their goals, right? That's exactly what we should do, which is what I'm doing. And I hope that you can spread and do the same thing as well. But more things that we're going to do on this podcast. I want to get an understanding of how most things are out there that are out of our control. How most things out there in the world are out of our control, right? I want us to talk about how we have this lack of control of things, which is okay. It's okay to have a lack of control of these things. But the flip side to that, the yin and the yang, is that we need to be aware and understand the things that we do have control over, right? I remind myself of these things every day. It doesn't mean that it's easy at all. I slip and make mistakes every single day, but I do remind myself constantly of the things that I am in control of. And one of those biggest things is, and one of the only things, is myself and my actions or reactions to things, right? That's really the base of it, is myself and my actions and the things that I do with those responses or actions. And yeah, that's it. It's me. Well, how am I going to react to things, and how am I going to move forward in pursuit of something? Every episode, I want to talk about philosophy in a small manner, in a manner of, and I mean a traditional philosophy and schools of thought, right? I want to have philosophy-based quotes, which I will do at the end of every episode or possibly in the middle, which I have one for us today for the first episode. I want it to help us think differently, to be inspired, to stay motivated, to have insight, to spark creativity, to have compassion, kindness, and love. I want it to do all of these things, and I want to run this thread through this fabric of community of ours and through the world, and just have it spread like wildfire. Is it an unattainable goal? I don't think so at all. Is it like literally shooting for the stars? Absolutely. But hey, why not? Why not? Before I move on, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am currently a middle school teacher in Los Angeles. This is my 6th year. This is my 10th year in total. It's my 6th year in middle school, and I taught high school in Denver, Colorado for 4 years. And I've loved it. I've loved every second of it. Of course, there's challenges, and it's been tough. I've worked at Title I schools. I've only worked at 2 different schools, like I said, a high school and middle school. One being an alternative high school, and then this one kind of like that, but in South Central Los Angeles. So I guess what I'm saying is that has taught me a lot about myself as well as people. I've been fortunate enough to be able to travel. I lived in Spain for a year. I got to go to Egypt, Germany, Italy, Portugal, France, Vietnam, Thailand. Where else have I gone? A couple other places. Mexico. I can't think off the top of my head. I wasn't ready for that part. Didn't plan that out. But I was fortunate enough to live in Spain for a year, and that taught me a lot as well. And I did kickboxing for 13 years, which also changed my life and helped me become the person I am today, right? Just like everything, every little thing to this point has led me to be the person that I am now, and has driven me to do this podcast and pursue this goal and this dream of mine. So when people talk about the word regret, I kind of find that hard, because maybe there are some things that I want to throw that R word on there, regret, but I don't necessarily regret those things because I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm happy with what I'm doing. So it's hard to say that, to really say that and get behind it. But yeah, so I did that. I moved to Denver initially from Topeka, Kansas, where I was born and raised until I was 12 years old. So I say I was born and raised there, but I grew up in Denver, right? Middle school till the age of 31, 32. And right, because being raised in Topeka and then developing puberty, middle school, high school, that whole hardcore chunk in your early 20s and all those years in Denver really is where I grew up as to be the actual person that I am. Doesn't mean that those experiences in Topeka didn't help make the person that I am today, but the Denver growing up part was the core of it. So that's who I am. I moved out to California to pursue my dream of music and making records. I just want to make good sounding records. And I didn't know in what capacity. I knew that I wanted to work with artists and be behind the desk doing recording and mixing and producing and some songwriting. So I knew that was the goal. In what specific capacity other than that kind of broad scope, I wasn't sure, but definitely mixing and recording is my bread and butter. So with that being said, 5 years later, being out in California and Los Angeles, I opened a recording studio, the Laughing Buddha Recording Studio here in Culver City, which is where I am right now for those of you who are watching the video. And side note, I will do some of the podcasts with a video, but not all. Obviously, all will be on audio. I'll try to do 2 to 3 a week, 3 max, but consistently 2 a week, some with video and all with audio. So I came out here, pursued that dream, had 2 beautiful, amazing children who I love more than anything in the world. My family is everything, and my soon-to-be wife, Vanessa. So here I am talking to you at the Laughing Buddha recording studio, pursuing my dream. And I've accomplished, that's kind of good to roll over into, is that I've accomplished all these dreams of traveling to these countries, playing in bands, having a fight, kickboxing fight, moving to different places in the world, different cities, different countries, different states, and pursuing the thing that I want to pursue. If I had an idea or I had a goal, I went after that goal. I sought that goal and I went after that goal. And here I am still driving and staying motivated to pursue more goals and bigger dreams. The biggest dream is to be in the audio industry and do the thing that I love more than anything else, and work with music and audio and people, and have this visionary like ranch style house with a big yard and open. It's very open. And I have this vision, right? If you've ever read the book, The Secret, which was like this hit book 20 years ago. And I remember doing a couple things like getting a dog that if you focused on this thing and you looked at it every single day, you had a picture of it, you stuck it on your wall or your mirror in the morning, and you looked at it every single day, that your mind would eventually convince yourself and convince itself that that was attainable, because most things are attainable. And so I've done that for most of my life since reading that book, and every single thing that I've gone after has happened, right? Again, they have to be smart goals. They have to be realistic. They have to be measurable. To be relevant and relative to you, and time bound, right? If you keep yourself in that kind of box, because if we just go, oh, whenever, then we kind of just let it slip through our fingers. So those are the types of things that I want to talk about in this podcast, is having those goals be time bound and holding you guys responsible and accountable, as you guys will hold me responsible and accountable for my goals that I talk to you guys about. So I don't know, I guess just giving examples and helping you guys with your goals and showing you my goals and telling you my goals will hopefully help this process of us achieving our goals. And for me, it's helping me talk about it as well, because now I'm being held accountable by however many people watch this, which it could just be one person who I have a conversation with every week, and that is okay. If I'm helping one person achieve their dream and pursue their goals and accomplish those goals, I am completely okay with that. So whoever you are, let's do this. I want to try to eventually bring people on to the podcast. I want to talk to relevant people within the realm of this growth mindset, philosophical, positive mindset framework that I'm kind of building around, right? And that could be anyone from spiritual leaders to psychometricians, which is basically just people who are like focused specifically on positivity and a certain mindset, health and fitness people and trainers. Philosophers of all genres. I like to say genres, just because it's kind of music related to me, I guess. But yeah, genres, philosophy genres, artists and musicians, of course, psychologists, motivational speakers, nutritionists, authors, entrepreneurs, right? And all these people are going to be focused around health, goals, empathy, communication, which is huge for me. You can ask anybody in my life. Communication is the number one thing that I say that you need to have a healthy, successful relationship. We'll get into that a lot more, but communication is the number one thing. I always ask people, especially people that I dated in the past, I'd always ask the girl, I'd say, what do you think the most important thing in a relationship is? And they would say anything but that. Like very few people would say communication, because that is the building block of any type of relationship. I don't care if it's with your boss, your kids, your coworkers, peers, best friends, lover, anybody, even your dog, arguably. But yes, so communication, positivity, growth mindset, power and determination, that kind of frame of mind as well. And personality. Personality, is something that I think plays a huge role in us pursuing, but also achieving the goals that we're seeking, right? Personality also plays a role in everything that we do. So this is just some of the things I want to do. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear what you have gone through. I want to hear your history, where your goals have been, where they are now. How many dreams have you actually sought out? How many have you accomplished? What about goals? How many have you accomplished? Have you really pursued those dreams and goals? If not, why? Ask yourself why. And if we make excuses, that's okay. I make excuses for things too. We all do. Oh, I haven't pursued this. Oh, because I had kids and I'm tired after work, and the gym's too crowded. I was talking to people about that today, and how we just all make excuses for things. And it's not a bad thing, right? It's not, these things aren't bad that we don't accomplish these goals and these dreams. It's not bad, right? We're still living the best life we know how, or that we think we can. But the truth is that it could always be better. Now, I don't mean that in a way of like the kind of greedy, the words on the tip of my tongue, but the type of materialistic way of always wanting more. I mean this in a way of like kind of spiritual enlightening kind of way. Like there's always something to achieve and pursue and accomplish, something new and different to help us grow as human beings, to satisfy our soul, to accomplish things, to become better people. You matter. The world matters. The future matters. Our kids matter. The planet matters, and wherever it's going, wherever we go, if we're going to Mars, like Elon Musk says, I don't know. But I'm just saying it all matters. It does matter. And some people just don't think they matter, and that's not true. That's not true. You play a part in this. One of the philosophers, David Hume, has this theory basically based off, it's causality based off a billiard ball, like billiard balls, like pool balls. Like you hit the white ball, right? I'm not a pool aficionado or anything. So you hit the white ball, it hits all the other ones, right, that are in the triangle, hits all the other balls, and it goes somewhere, right? But it was caused by the hit. So first you had to think of doing something, and then you had to put the cue in your hand, right? And that's all thought process. And then it's one thing after the other. So it's like a chain reaction and a snowball effect, but he called this causality. So everything has a cause and effect, but it's caused one thing after the other, right? And so that is to say, full circle, that you matter. Your place in the world matters. If you're doing something kind for somebody else, it does matter. If you say something kind to somebody else and that lightens up their day and they have a good rest of the day and they're basing it off of that comment, which is a great thing, then everyone around them is going to have a better day. And maybe they do that to somebody else, and that causes that causality. That causes that ripple effect and that snowball effect for the people around them as well. So it's all connected and it all matters. So I hope that you do join me weekly on my episodes. I will have hopefully fun things to talk about and very interesting things to talk about and people to talk to that I hopefully can keep you tuned in with Preston James here on The Reflection. And again, I want to make the world a better place. I want you to take this journey and this ride with me. So I hope that you will. Overall, at the end of the day, I want you to feel confident and comfortable with who you are. I want you to be comfortable with being you, right? We should all feel comfortable with that. It's very difficult and tough, especially these days with social media and everybody taking these photos and these videos that seem so real, like it's their everyday life, when it's not at all, right? And all these people having makeup, women and men, having all this makeup on that makes them look a certain way, or they take a picture at a certain angle and you're like, oh, I don't look this way, I can't post my picture. Even though most of these people take 1,000 pictures before they get that one picture, right? It's the certain angle with a certain light and a certain pose that finally kind of does it for them. But it makes us feel like they just did it in one picture and that's like a natural picture, which we all know, truly, we know that's not the truth. So yeah, be comfortable with who you are, right? As we fight through these goals, as we pursue these goals, this knowledge, this wisdom, this growth mindset, and becoming a better person, understand that you matter. You are a good person. Please be a good person. Again, the world needs it. But be comfortable with who you are. Be confident with who you are. And accept who you are. Be yourself. Yes, we all contribute. So hopefully, again, you join me. I'm going to leave you with the quote for today on the very first episode of The Reflection. And this quote, I thought this was a perfect quote to kind of start this off for episode 1. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. I'm going to say that again. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. And that quote is from Marcus Aurelius. When we think about something like this, and I want you to sit on this until the next episode, and hopefully I'll get some feedback from it, and maybe you can tell me what it means to you and how that affected your thinking for the day or for the week or even for the month. How did that affect you? In what way does this quote affect you? We are in control of those thoughts. I'm going to bring this back to the beginning of the things that we are in control of. We're in control of those thoughts. The way that we think about things, the way that we go about things, we are in control of that. So please remember that. I hope you guys are having a great week. It's a Friday. I hope you guys had a great week and have a great weekend. Love you guys. Be safe. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Stay positive. Growth mindset. You matter. The world matters. We're going to make the world a better place day by day, video by video, podcast by podcast. Again, my name is Preston James, and you're listening to The Reflection. All right. Talk to you soon.